Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here again, trying to make sense of all those insights out there and turn them into something, actually useful.
That's the goal.
So today, we're hitting a big one. That feeling when you meet someone great at, say, a party or a networking thing, the chat's good, you click.
Yeah, there's definite potential there.
Exactly. But then the event ends and nothing. That connection just kind of vanishes. You get stuck.
Oh, completely. It's such a common friction point, isn't it? We mistake that initial spark for, like, a done deal, a friendship already formed.
Which it absolutely isn't.
No. So the sources we're looking at today, they basically offer a roadmap out of that, a follow-up formula, they call it. Simple, clear steps.
Okay, I like the sound of that. A formula.
Yeah, the mission here is simple. Get you from that vague, hey, we should hang out sometime, which never happens.
The worst phrase.
Right, to actually having something specific on your calendar, a real plan.
Okay, so what are we diving into? What are the key parts of this formula?
Well, three main things. First, there's this super tight deadline for following up right away.
Okay.
Second, the real engine behind it all, consistency. Turns out it's maybe more important than that initial click.
Interesting. Less pressure on that first chat then.
Exactly. And finally, a really clear, step-by-step action plan. Takes you from just seeing them in a group to actually becoming friends.
All right, let's do it. Let's turn those good intentions into actual coffee dates or whatever.
Let's make it happen.
So first up, this deadline. The sources call it the magic 24-hour window. Why so strict? I mean, 24 hours feels intense. Can't it wait a couple of days? We're all busy.
You think so, right? But it's less about politeness and more about how our brains work. Cognitive science, really.
Okay.
Within 24 hours, the specific details, the feel of the conversation, it's still fresh for both of you. You remember the nuances.
Like what you actually talked about?
Precisely. Like, oh yeah, Sarah told me about that weird sci-fi book she loves. But after 24 hours, maybe 48,
It starts to fade.
it just becomes fuzzier. Yeah, it degrades into a more general feeling like, oh, I had a nice chat with someone at that thing. The specifics are gone. The emotional connection is weaker.
Okay. So waiting isn't just slow. It actually damages the potential. You lose momentum. By day 3, you're almost starting over with a faded memory.
You've basically got it. And crucially, the style of that follow-up message is everything. It can't be generic.
Right. The sources really hammer this point. No more, we should hang out sometime.
Kill it. Just erase it from your vocabulary. Because think about it. That phrase puts all the work on the other person. When? Where? What are we doing? It's too much friction.
That's such a good point. It's like giving someone homework. So the message has to be personal, specific, and low pressure.
Yes, exactly. Specificity is key.
Yeah.
It shows you are actually listening, that you're genuinely interested, and it removes that mental load.
So instead of, let's get coffee,
It's, hey, really enjoyed talking about hiking trails. I'm actually grabbing coffee at Not Just Coffee this Saturday around 10 a.m. before checking out a shop nearby. Want to join? See the difference?
totally. Specific place, specific time. Makes it easy to say yes. Or no, I guess.
Right. And the sources give some great examples, like this one. Hey, Sarah. Great meeting you at game night. You mentioned you're trying to explore the new breweries in South End. I'm heading to Not Just Coffee Saturday morning before hitting a few spots if you want to join, and I can point you toward the best parts of the neighborhood.
Okay, I see it. It references the previous chat, South End Breweries. Gives a concrete plan Saturday morning. Not just coffee, it's easy.
Takes away all those little decision points. They just need to check their calendar.
And here's another one they mention, focused on a shared hobby. Hi, Mike. Loved our conversation about advanced hiking trails. There's a local group doing the challenging loop at the Whitewater Center Trails this Sunday morning. It sounds totally like your speed based on what you're saying. Want to join?
Again, super specific. Links to the conversations suggest a relevant activity that already exists. You're not inventing something, just inviting them along.
It feels less like asking someone out on a date, more like connecting over a shared interest.
Precisely. And that specificity does double duty. It makes the other person feel heard, validated. Oh, they remembered I liked hiking, exploring South End.
And that validation makes them much more likely to actually say yes to the plan.
Huge difference compared to some generic message that feels like a copy-paste job.
Okay, so that 24-hour specific message gets the ball rolling. But as you said, momentum isn't permanence. The sources really stress that the real secret is consistency.
Yes. This is the backbone. Because adult life, let's be honest, it fights against spontaneous friendship. Schedules are packed, Inertia is real.
So true. It's hard to just bump into people regularly like you did in school.
Exactly. So friendships aren't usually these lightning bolt moments. They're built up, repeated, low-stakes interactions, seeing the same faces again and again.
Turning strangers into familiar faces, then familiar faces into actual friends.
That's the path.
But, okay, consistency sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you build that into a busy life without it feeling like another chore?
Well, the sources have a neat little trick for this. They call it the 3-event challenge.
Okay, intriguing. What is it?
It's beautifully simple. You pick one recurring event, could be anything, a weekly game night, a monthly book club, a Saturday morning run group, and you commit to going 3 times, consecutively, if possible.
3 times. Why 3? What if the first time is just, okay, or even a bit awkward? Committing to 2 more feels like maybe you're just wasting evening.
That's the common reaction, right? But the thinking is 3 times is the magic number to get over the hump of social awkwardness and inertia.
How so?
Well, the first time, you are the new person. It feels a bit awkward. You're finding your footing.
Totally been there, standing in the corner, pretending to check your phone.
We all have.
Sure.
But the second time, people start to recognize you. Oh, hey, you were here last week, right? Conversations start a bit easier.
Okay, slightly less awkward.
Then by the third time, something shifts. You're not new anymore. You're becoming part of the furniture in a good way. People know your name, you know theirs. The chat feels more natural. You've basically established yourself as part of the group's rhythm.
So it's less about finding the perfect event instantly and more about building the habit of showing up and becoming familiar.
Exactly. You move past just surface-level pleasantries.
And the sources gave examples of these recurring things, right? Like specific places even.
Yeah, they mentioned things relevant to the Charlotte area, where some of the source material originated, like weekly game nights that rotate between places, Highwire Brewing, Soul Food Meat Comb, Urban District Market. Keeps it interesting, but the group is consistent.
Or like a Saturday morning coffee club. Simple, regular.
Or monthly things like outdoor adventures, creative workshops, book clubs. The key thing for you, the listener, wherever you are, is the type of event.
Low pressure recurring activities.
Right. Something with built-in structure where attending multiple times is expected. It gives people the chance to see you repeatedly, building that familiarity that's, well, essential for trust.
Okay, that makes sense. Show up consistently, but is that it? Just keep showing up.
Well, that's huge. But there's another piece, especially now. Leveraging the time between events, using the virtual space.
The online community aspect, like a Discord server or a group chat, the sources called this, where the real magic happens. Seems like a big claim.
Sounds like hyperbole, maybe, but I think they're onto something. That virtual space, Discord, Slack, whatever tool the group uses, it acts as a bridge.
A bridge between the in-person meetups?
Exactly. It fills the gaps. Otherwise, you might only interact with these people once a week or once a month. The online chat keeps the connection simmering. It helps the group feel less like just an event and more like an actual ongoing community.
Okay, but how do you use that without just adding to the digital noise or being annoying?
Good question. The key is micro-connections. It's not for, like, deep therapy sessions or constant self-promotion.
Right, keep it light.
Yeah. Share a highlight from the last event, maybe. Ask for recommendations. Hey, anyone know a good spot for X in the city that leverages the group knowledge?
Like the Queen City BBQ example.
Right. Or, and this is really powerful, use it to spark smaller, spontaneous get-togethers.
Mini events born from the chat.
Exactly. Like someone posts, long day, anyone fancy grabbing a quick beer after work?
Yeah.
Or, I've got a free hour tomorrow afternoon thinking of checking out that new coffee place in Plaza Midwood. Anyone want to join?
So it facilitates those little hangouts that are too small to be official events?
Totally. And the benefit of engaging like this is massive, especially for reducing anxiety.
How so?
Because you get to know people's personalities a bit more in these casual, low-stakes text interactions. Their sense of humor, what they're into, it builds rapport incrementally.
So when you walk into the next big in-person event,
It feels different. It's not a room full of near strangers anymore. It feels more like showing up to hang out with people you actually, know from the chat. Lowers the barrier to going again significantly.
that makes a perfect sense.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got the 24-hour follow-up, you're doing the 3-event challenge for consistency, you're active in the chat. What's the final step to really solidify friendships?
Moving from the group dynamic to smaller, more intentional hangouts, one-on-one or maybe just a few people. This is where the deeper connections really form.
Because group chats are great, but they aren't the same as a proper conversation.
Right. Group hangouts are diffuse. Individual connection needs focus. And again, the sources offer a really specific 3-part formula for making that invitation, designed to be effective, but also, crucially, not awkward.
Okay, hit me with the 3 parts for the mini hangout invite.
Okay, part 1. Reference something specific from a past conversation. Shows you'd remember them individually. Hey, I remember you were saying you wanted to try.
Personal connection first.
Good.
Got it.
Part 2. Suggest a real plan. Specific time, specific place. I'm actually going to that farmer's market in South End on Saturday morning around 11. Want to wander around for a bit.
Concrete proposal, no vagueness. And part 3.
Part 3 is the secret weapon against flakes and awkwardness. Keep it super light and low pressure. This is maybe the most important bit for busy adults.
How do you phrase that? What does low pressure sound like in practice?
You add an explicit out. Something like, no worries at all if you can't make it if you're busy. I know schedules are nuts, but just thought I'd offer.
Ah, okay. That little addition, it changes everything, doesn't it?
Totally. It gives them an easy no. It signals that you're not putting huge expectations on this. You're just extending an option. Paradoxically, making no easy makes yes feel safer and more likely.
Removes the guilt or obligation factor. That's smart. And the sources suggested good types of hangouts for this stage too, right? Using those local examples again.
Yeah, they stress activities that allow for conversation but don't feel like a huge commitment, like browsing that farmer's market in South End.
Easy to chat while walking around.
Or grabbing a quick 20-minute coffee in Plaza Midwood. Short, defined time frame.
Less pressure than a full dinner.
Or exploring a gallery walk in Noda on a Friday. Shared activity, lots to talk about, easy to peel off if needed. The principle, wherever you live, is find your local equivalent, things that have a shared focus and an easy exit strategy.
This whole thing feels very structured,
Yeah.
which is probably good because winging it clearly doesn't work for a lot of us.
Structure is good, especially when you're trying to build a new habit. And to really nail it down, the sources provide a super clear week-by-week roadmap. Takes away any guesswork.
Okay, let's hear the roadmap, the final action plan.
Right, think of these as deadlines for yourself. Step 1. Within 24 hours of meeting someone you clicked with, send one specific personalized follow-up message. Include a suggestion for a plan.
Got it. Lock in that momentum. Step 2.
Within 1 week of that first event, your goal is to have actual concrete plans made with 1 or maybe 2 of those people. That means date, time, place is agreed. It's in the calendar.
Moving beyond some time completely. And step 3.
Within 2 weeks, show up again. Go to another event. Ideally, make it the next instance of that recurring event you chose for your 3-event challenge. Reinforce that consistency habit.
24 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks. Send a message, make a plan, show up again.
That's the core loop.
Wow, that actually sounds really doable. Simple, clear steps, and based on what the sources say, it actually works.
It seems to be incredibly effective, yeah. It reframes making friends from this passive thing you hope happens into an active process you can control through specific actions.
Okay, so just to recap the big takeaways for everyone listening, use that magic 24-hour window and be specific in your follow-up.
Absolutely crucial. Then embrace consistency with something like the 3-event challenge. Show up repeatedly.
Use the online group chat to bridge the gaps and build rapport between events.
Yes, those micro connections matter. And finally, use that simple 3-part formula to turn group contacts into individual mini hangouts. Remember the low pressure out.
And follow the action plan. 24 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks. It really comes down to planned action, not just wishful thinking.
That's the essence of it. It's about executing the plan.
Now, as we wrap up, the sources hinted at looking into other resources too, maybe stuff on building confidence at events, especially if you're introverted or new somewhere.
Yeah, building that initial approach confidence.
Right. Which leads to a really interesting final thought for you to chew on. This whole formula we've discussed is fantastic for the aftermath, for what happens after you meet someone. But what if you flipped it? What if you went into an event already having this structure in mind? Like maybe deciding beforehand, okay, tonight I'm going to try and connect with 1 or 2 people specifically so I can send that 24-hour follow-up, maybe even pre-thinking a potential specific plan.
Ooh, that's interesting. Using the follow-up structure to guide your interactions during the event itself.
Yeah. How might that preparation change the dynamic of those initial spontaneous conversations? Does preparing for the follow-up actually make the initial connection better?
Does structure enable spontaneity in a way? Definitely something to think about.
Food for thought. Go apply that 24-hour rule, commit to showing up, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.